Hello, I'm Matt Schwartz, Chair of the Worksite Wellness Council of Louisville, and I'm here with Deena VanAdam, who is with Humana. She's an account executive, and she just finished a great workshop. We focused on creating some wellness challenges, and so Deena, just give us the premise of what we did this morning.
One of the goals with the workshops is we definitely want to learn about the different resources that we have in the community and just kind of learn from each other. So what we did today was we focused on worksite challenges, and actually today we had teams, and we had 5 different teams, and they had 5 different wellness categories and 5 different industries that we focused on. Just because when you do one challenge for one industry doesn't mean it necessarily works for another. So what we did was we broke out into teams and we came up with challenges, whether it be physical, financial wellness, preventive, those type measures. So that's what we focused on, and we all learned from each other today and about some different local resources we could use too.
So we came up with a couple of really great ideas, and one of the things that came out near the end was we were talking about, it's great to have these ideas, and when it works, it works. Mm-hmm. And yet, sometimes there's challenges. So the one thing that Deena did, that everybody was working away and deep in thought, and then she threw out, wait a minute, we got a challenge. So what were some of the challenges that people had to face?
Some of the challenges that we came up with was either language barriers, or we also talked about, I just don't have time to do this, or I can't afford to be healthy. And then another thing that we come up with is middle management challenges, or the CEO is not on board, things like that. So when I gave the challenge to the teams, I said, okay, you need to tell me how you're going to overcome that barrier.
So I guess just to kind of summarize what the teams came up with, because you had a list of items that you really had to think through. So, beyond the name of the company and the size and the demographics, what were the key things that people really needed to figure out before they set up a challenge? First
of all, when you're deciding on a challenge, you need to figure out what's going to work best for your population. You need to figure out, are you going to have incentives? Is it going to be a team challenge? Is it going to be an individual challenge? So you really need to kind of survey your employees to find out what they want, first of all, before you can kind of even really start a challenge. So those were some things that we really focused on, really customizing.
Yep, and then I also know we talked about setting a specific goal and figuring out how you're going to communicate with people.
Right. And
do you have a budget?
Right.
So, all those types of things seem to come out, and again, really an active conversation. I mean, we, again, broken up in groups, and then the last thing we kind of talked about is, well, hey, when you get to the end of the challenge and you've been having fun and you've got a prize or you've got the excitement built, what you really want to do is move right into the next challenge. Right. Hey, how can you bring somebody else into the next event that we do?
Right. Right. Yeah, the part of the challenge was to figure out, okay, just because the challenge is over, to Matt's point, how are you going to keep those continued behavior changes going?
So again, it was a great event. It's one of the types of things that we do here at the Worksite Wellness Council of Louisville. And if we missed you this week or this month, third Thursday of every month at Baptist East Milestone, we'll look forward to seeing you at one of our future events.